Hey everybody, it's Kim, and I've been thinking about the sermon that goes along with this lesson. It's from chapter 4 and rooted here about the two guys that are on their way to Emmaus, and they meet Jesus, but they don't recognize him. And they're really upset. And they talk about how awful it is, how Jesus was executed, how the dream has died, how the promises are broken. They're really upset. And when they finally get to Emmaus and they have dinner with Jesus and their eyes are open as to who this is, after he's explained to them that all these things had to happen in order for God's plan to work, their whole life changes because they have a different perspective on things. They see things differently. And we're the exact same way. A mentor of mine named Darren Hardy tells a story about a light, these little lights, he says. And he says, it's just like you have one of these little pin lights and you're in this gigantic cavern of some kind. And the only thing that you can see are the things that this light focuses on. That's it. Now you may be in this huge chamber of untold riches, gems, the Aladdin's treasure. But if you're only looking at the floor or at the waste baskets, it will color what your opinion is about where you are. You'll have this very negative attitude. You have to broaden your view. You have to open your light. In fact, it would be better just to turn on all the lights and see everything at once. And your whole attitude would change because you would have a better perspective. A couple of examples. What's the first rule of tightrope walking? First rule is when you have your pole and you're up there and you're on the wire, don't look down. It's pretty simple. Very practical reason why. Because if you do look down, your head tilts over, your whole body follows wherever you look. And if you're only looking down, that's the way your life's going to go. Not a good thing if you're a tightrope walker or anybody else. You can't focus only on the negative things. Don't look down. Mario Andretti is another example. He's a super famous race car driver, the whole family, I guess. He's credited with saying the way to become a really excellent, top-notch race car driver is don't look at the wall. Now what he means is he's flying around the racetrack. On the side of it is the wall that keeps all the wreckage and the cars inside the track, not out in the audience. He says, look at the road, don't look at the wall, because he knows all the guys that look at the wall, all the drivers that look at the wall, they drift toward the wall. You don't want to hit that thing. That's really bad if you're a race car driver. If all you're focused on are your limitations, the things that restrict you, the things that you can't do, the things that are impossible, that's all you're going to see. Instead, Mario says, don't focus on that. Okay, there's a wall there. Let it be. Focus on the road. That's where you want to go. That's where you can go. Instead of thinking, why can't I? Think, how can I? It's a completely different mindset, and it will completely change your life. So Jesus has got these two guys on the road to Emmaus. They're just looking down, they're just looking at the wall. And Jesus says, no, man, there's a lot more to it. Raise your eyes back to God, the big plan, the big picture. That's where your help comes from. Look at the road. Look at where we are going. It's a completely different mindset. Their lives changed. Our life can change. Don't look down and don't look at the wall. Look up to God. Think about the big overall picture and look at where you can go. It's amazing. It'll change your life. I'll talk to you next time.